said, yeah, of course, no problem. But he couldn't say any more on the phone, so naturally I was a bit confused. So, what's up? Who was around? It's quite unlike Doug, I've not really heard that before. So I thought something must be wrong. Anyway, we both agreed that the best place to meet in an event like this was the pub. So I got there, I waited, and I had a cider. Duncan arrived soon after, and we both sat at a table with a cider, which is unusual for me because I'm not really a cider drinker. Anyway, I've got some news, he said. This baby is mine. And he took a piece of paper out of his pocket and handed it to me. I unfolded it, and I was presented with an eBay advert for a Sedan Pennine 7, which is basically an enormous heavy goods vehicle that had previously been used as an outside broadcast truck for Channel 4, and basically Duncan had just purchased a lorry. Now he'd often talked about acquiring a motorhome and doing things like that, but this was something else, Anyways, the plan was to turn it into a mobile gallery and find a pitch in London somewhere to base himself, and it was quite clear that he'd immediately fallen in love, basically. Unfortunately, the fact that the vehicle would not be allowed into the City of London because of its obscene emission levels meant that his original plan had to be refined somewhat. And plus, the cost of running a vehicle that could only squeeze 4 miles to the gallon also proved a bit of a hindrance. But whilst contemplating a way around these problems, the vehicle he affectionately named Green Thunder, is that right? Just sat on his parents' drive, which I'm sure they were delighted about. But none of these problems stopped Duncan's grand plan. It was the decision to buy a flat with Nat that forced him to sell that love of his life. And he really did love it. So, he hates it now. That's pissed on my fire then, isn't it? And so to today, the present day. One of the main duties as a best man is to organise the stag do, of course. Another of my duties is to not mention the stag do. As the saying goes, what stays in Vegas? No, what the hell is the saying? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Luckily, we went to Devon, so it all started sensibly enough, until the point that Duncan donned a lobster outfit, basically. Okay, until I put a lobster outfit on Duncan and painted his face bright red. The little kind of sleepy seaside village that we based ourselves at really didn't know what had hit them. Although there was one unlucky individual who it turned out to be a well-targeted golf ball that hit them square in the forehead. Was that you, Jojo? Yeah, well done. Anyway, as we trawled from pub to pub, the booze obviously started to take its toll. And on entering one particular bar, Dunk, as Dunk is, tried his hand at making friends with the locals, quite pissed, as is his friendly way, but obviously, this didn't go very well and resulted in most of them being wound up. Anyway, he kind of crawled up to the bar, dressed, remember, as a massive lobster, and he asked for a round of tequilas. And the barman took one look at him and he said, I'm not serving you, mate. Duncan protested, well, why ever not? Well, he replied, you come in here, giving it all that. Yeah, there it is, that's the third one. The main excursion of the weekend involved a high-speed, adrenaline-fueled boat ride around the coast. Everything was going swimmingly until the point that Duncan kind of hollered towards Steve, the skipper of our vessel. He said, "Come on, Steve, you pussy, is this all you got?" The throttle opened, the boat lurched forward, the jumps between the waves became pretty unreasonable, and just a couple of minutes later I turned around to see Duncan laid flat out, horizontally on a bench like this, in Jojo's lap, writhing in agony, just quietly saying, "Okay, Steve, you can slow down now, it's fine." Dunk's been complaining about his back ever since that, and I only hope Nat, you won't be left disappointed tonight. I think Duncan's demands to go harder, faster may have been a couple of weeks premature. Sorry. In summary, it was a great weekend. It was a heavy weekend for everyone. As our very good friend Ed has pointed out, it's the only stag party that